Hello, TTI family. Today we're diving into the kind of renovation project that makes you stare at your own house and think, yeah, maybe I should fix that squeaky door someday. This incredible transformation starts with a tired old home bought for just 1 million yen, around $7,500. At first glance, the place looks like it has survived several decades, 3 typhoons, and possibly a wrestling match with raccoons. But underneath all that damage was a house waiting for a second chance. What makes this project so impressive is that it's a full DIY renovation from start to finish. No magic tricks, no billionaire budget, just patience, skill, and a whole lot of hard work. Step by step, the worn-out interior slowly comes back to life. Even some of the old materials get rescued instead of tossed away. A damaged ceiling, for example, is carefully repaired with putty and transformed into a stylish centerpiece for the dining room. That's the beauty of smart renovation. Sometimes the ugliest parts become the coolest features. Next comes the wall work. Once the surfaces are cleaned and prepared, decorative materials and textured wallpaper completely change the mood of the space. Suddenly, the room goes from abandoned storage unit to modern industrial apartment vibes. Painting and wallpapering bring the entire renovation together. The ceilings are cleaned, primed, and rolled with fresh paint, while the walls are smoothed carefully so every wallpaper seam lines up perfectly. The flooring process is another satisfying transformation. Cushion flooring is chosen for its durability, comfort, and easy installation. But before anything is glued down, every section is carefully measured and dry-fitted around corners, pipes, and walls. One bad cut here could turn the floor into a giant, expensive sticker disaster. The kitchen area also gets serious attention. Cabinets are carefully aligned to stay level and straight, while the sink drainage system is installed with precision. It's one of those jobs that looks simple, until you realize one mistake could create an indoor swimming pool. Elsewhere, old tatami flooring is removed to expose the wooden framework underneath. The joists are measured, adjusted, and leveled before insulation panels are installed between them to improve energy efficiency. Plywood sheets are then secured tightly into place, creating a strong new foundation. The small expansion gap left around the edges of the floor will eventually be hidden beneath the baseboards. But it serves an important purpose. It allows the flooring to expand and contract with temperature changes, instead of suddenly deciding to imitate a potato chip. To secure the flooring properly, a pressure-sensitive adhesive is spread evenly across the subfloor. The key here is consistency. Too little glue, and the floor lifts. Too much, and you've basically invented indoor flypaper. Once ready, the cushion flooring is carefully rolled out from one side of the room to the other. As the material is pressed firmly into place, every effort is made to smooth out wrinkles and remove trapped air bubbles. The same flooring process continues throughout the house, including the hallway. Repeating the same method room by room helps the renovation move much faster, almost like the builder has entered full renovation autopilot mode. Now, those same spaces feel completely different. The kitchen has been reborn as a clean, open, and welcoming area, with modern cabinets that provide plenty of storage without making the room feel crowded. The result is honestly shocking. With relatively affordable materials and a ton of dedication, this abandoned house is transformed into a warm, modern, and welcoming home. With the living areas completed, attention turns to the bathroom. And honestly, this room looked like it had lost a fight with moisture years ago. Since the toilet is separated from the bath area, each section requires its own repairs. The old tiles and flooring are ripped out using pry bars and demolition tools, exposing the hidden structure underneath. Once everything is stripped down, the real inspection begins. Older bathrooms are notorious for water damage, so the subfloor and walls are carefully checked for leaks, rot, and mold. Waterproofing becomes one of the most important steps here, because nobody wants the bathroom floor turning into a science experiment later on. To create a durable foundation, cement boards are installed on both the walls and floors. Unlike ordinary drywall, these boards resist moisture and mold, making them perfect for wet environments. Cushion flooring is once again chosen for the floor because it's softer, warmer, and quieter than cold ceramic tile. Before installation, a self-leveling compound is sometimes applied to smooth out dips and uneven spots. The flooring is then carefully trimmed around drains and edges before adhesive locks it into place. Waterproof sealants are added around the perimeter to stop moisture from sneaking underneath the floor like a tiny criminal. The finishing work is where the precision really stands out. Every seam, corner, and joint around the tub and walls is sealed carefully. Tape is applied neatly before caulking to create clean lines, and silicone sealant is used around the drain cover to form a watertight barrier. The result looks professional, clean, and built to last. Then comes the toilet renovation, easily the roughest-looking room in the house. Rotten wood, heavy wear, and years of neglect made this area especially challenging. After a deep cleaning, the same insulation and flooring methods are repeated. New plywood and wooden planks are installed, followed by fresh paint, with extra care given to corners where humidity tends to collect the most. The wallpaper chosen for the bathroom is vinyl-based, which makes it much better at handling moisture and easier to clean. Before any wallpaper goes up, the walls are scrubbed thoroughly to remove dust, grease, and years of mystery residue left behind by the old house. Once the adhesive is applied, a smoothing tool presses the wallpaper flat against the wall, removing air bubbles and making everything look crisp and seamless. One of the final tasks in the toilet restoration is sealing the base of the toilet itself. Caulk is applied neatly where the fixture meets the floor, then carefully smoothed out for a professional finish. At the same time, cushion flooring is installed around the drainage area, making sure enough space is left for the plumbing connections. Before the toilet can be installed, the drain pipe must be sealed correctly using an airtight fitting. After that, the toilet is lowered carefully into place over the flange and aligned perfectly with the mounting bolts. Once seated properly, washers and nuts are tightened evenly to secure everything without damaging the porcelain. Because apparently, even toilets can crack under pressure, emotionally and physically. What really stands out throughout this renovation is the incredible attention to detail. Every stage shows patience, planning, and craftsmanship. Even smaller additions, like custom cabinets and shelving, are measured and installed with precision. The sink installation is another good example. Since it's a floating-style sink, it needs strong wall anchoring for stability. Water lines for both hot and cold supply are connected carefully using modern PEX and PVC piping, materials known for durability and flexibility. It's one of those behind-the-scenes upgrades nobody notices until a pipe bursts and suddenly everyone becomes a plumbing expert. But perhaps the most impressive part of this entire project is how many old materials are reused instead of discarded. Traditional Japanese homes often include lightweight wooden cabinets and sliding storage panels. And instead of replacing them, many are restored and modernized. This keeps the original character of the house alive while blending beautifully with the updated design. Old furniture and cabinets are sanded, repaired, and refinished to match the home's fresh new appearance. Wallpaper is even used creatively on wooden surfaces to give worn pieces a second life. One damaged cabinet, after being cleaned and varnished, ends up looking stylish instead of headed for the trash pile. The same careful process used on the floors and walls is repeated throughout the entrance area as well. None of these upgrades are overly expensive, but together they completely transform the atmosphere of the home. The bedrooms and additional rooms received the same thoughtful treatment. Previously, many of these spaces felt neglected, with scratched flooring, aging walls, and limited storage. Old wardrobes offered little practicality, and the rooms themselves lacked efficient use of space. After the renovation, each room feels brighter, cleaner, and more functional. Fresh wallpaper and neutral colors help reflect more light and make the rooms appear more spacious. Every detail seems carefully planned to balance style, comfort, and practicality. What makes this project especially meaningful is that it's not just about making the house look better. Many original features were preserved and restored instead of being thrown away. This keeps a connection to the home's history, while still upgrading it for modern living. New waterproofing, insulation, and plumbing systems improve safety, energy efficiency, and durability, helping prevent future issues like mold, leaks, or rot. There's also a strong environmental benefit to renovating instead of demolishing. By restoring existing cabinets, reusing materials, and giving old wood new life with wallpaper and finishes, the project reduces waste and saves money at the same time. It's proof that sometimes the best renovation material is the thing people were about to throw away. The project also reflects the Japanese idea of mottainai, a philosophy centered around respecting and valuing resources instead of wasting them. In that sense, this renovation becomes more than construction work. It's a way of honoring the craftsmanship and memories already built into the home. What once looked like a forgotten pile of dust, broken wood, and questionable smells has now been transformed into a bright, comfortable, and modern home. And honestly, seeing the final result makes it hard to believe this is the same place. As the renovation comes together, you can see evidence of careful craftsmanship in every corner. Originally, the kitchen and living room were outdated, cramped, and clearly exhausted after decades of use. The flooring was worn down, the walls had lost their color, and the entire layout lacked the comfort and functionality expected from a modern home. And by the end of it all, one thing becomes clear. There's really no such thing as a hopeless old house. Sometimes all it needs is skill, patience, and someone willing to see potential where others only see ruins.